Here is an application of CoFunction identity. The problem is like this. Given that cos of alpha is equal to minus sine 3 pi by 10, and where alpha is in quadrant is negative, so it could be in quadrant 2 or 3. Let's assume that it is in quadrant 2, right? Now you have to find what should be alpha. Correct. Now since we are trying to convert cos into sine, it is a cofunction identity, right? That's what it is. So what should it be? So it is 90 plus or minus this angle, which gives you the answer, right? Correct? So that is how that angle alpha should be 90 minus this. To get cos alpha equals to this, we should be in a position to write pi by 2 minus this should be equal to that, correct? Now because it is in quadrant 2, it should be pi by 2 plus that, right? So let's try to do the cofunction identity basic first. So what we are trying to achieve here is that if you have, let's say, let me draw it and then do 3 pi by 10 means what? We'll divide this into 10 equal parts. So here we are 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So we are trying to relate 3 pi by 10. 3 pi by 10 for me is 1, 2, 3 here with cos, and cos being alpha angle being in quadrant 2. So how can you make a complementary angle with this? So one way to make complementary angle is this. You can add this quantity to it, right? The other way is to add 90 degrees to it. If you add 90 degrees, so let me put different thing for 90 degrees, just to explain you the whole concept. So we can always say 90 degrees and plus these 3. Do you understand? 90 degrees and let me add these. So 1, 2, 3. Correct. So 90 plus that will give me complementary, and 90 minus that will also give me complementary. Do you understand the concept here? But since alpha is in quadrant 2, we are actually looking for this answer. Is that okay? So graphically, I can tell you what the answer should be. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we add 3 more, 6, 7, 8. So the answer is 8 pi by 10. Do you get the answer like this? So that is the answer. So we could write, let me show you the other way. We can write this as, let's say, cos of, if we write pi by 2 plus this angle, 3 pi by 2, oh sorry, pi by 2 plus 3 pi by 10. Because to make it a cofunction, we have to do pi by 2 plus or minus. Since it is minus and alpha is in quadrant 2, we should find this value. Is that okay? Pi by 2 plus 3 pi by 10. So this will be equal to minus of, because pi by cos has to be negative here, right? You remember the cos rule. So the cos rule says C A. In this quadrant, sine is only possible, not cosine, right? And quadrant 2, cos is negative. Therefore, it has to be negative of whatever is here in quadrant 1, because in quadrant 1, everything is positive. Is that okay? So this is minus of sine 3 pi by 10. So we know cos of this plus this is minus of sine 3 pi by 10. The question given to us is cos alpha equals to minus 3 pi by 10. Therefore, what should be alpha? Therefore, alpha should be equal to pi by 2 plus 3 pi by 10, which is, we can multiply this by 5. So 5 pi by 10 and 5 plus 3 is 8. So we get 8 pi by 10, which can be simplified, of course, and we can divide both by 2, right? And we get 4 over 5 pi. Is that okay? So you see, graphically also, we got the same answer. Do you understand? Let's do one more question, okay? Go through it again if you don't, right? Let's say we have a question saying that let tan, so I'm doing tan this time, and what is the cofunction of tan? Is cotangent, right? So let's say tan of beta, let me say different value, is equal to cotangent of, let's say 5 pi by 12. Okay. I made a very large number, so I don't want to do this myself here, but I want you to work on this, right? Okay. And I say give condition as where beta, now see, beta could be in quadrant 1 or in quadrant 3, right? Because tan is positive in only these two places, right? So we say let beta be in quadrant 3. So now you have to find what beta is. So because it is a cofunction identity, the two angles combined together should be 90 or multiple of 90. Is that okay? Now in this case, because huge, right? So 12. So 5 pi by 12. 12 means there are 6 divisions in each, right? 6 here and 6 here, correct? We are going to quadrant 3. Let's go straight to quadrant 3. So let's draw 6 divisions here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is my 6th division, okay? I'm drawing it small just to remind you that this. Correct? Now, when we say 5 pi by 12, so in this, out of 6, how many? Okay, if I would have drawn, or we can do like this. 5 pi by 12 plus what will give me 90? You can think like this also, right? So, we'll do like this, 5 pi by 12. So these are 6 here and 6 there, right? I'm not drawing the 6 on this side. I'm just restricting myself to quadrant 3. 5 pi by 12 will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you see that? So this is, let me write this as pi plus, because pi is up to here. Is that okay? 5 pi by 12. Think like this. I hope that's clear. Now, what is left here? I know it's much bigger than what it should be. What is left here? 1 by 12, 1 pi by 12. Do you see that? The left here is just pi by 12. Is it okay? Just one division. Do you see that? So if I add this much, I come to this place, right? Do you understand what I'm trying to do? So the angle is this angle, which I'm looking for. Okay? So try to do this problem yourself. Take this as a hint. So you are in this quadrant and you have to find what your angle should be. What is beta? For which tan of beta is equals to cot 5 pi by 12. Okay? Other way you could do graphically. That is, when you add 1, instead of 90, you have to use 270 this time, not 90, because you have to subtract from 270 to get your 5 pi by 12. That's the hint for you, okay? So try to do this problem and see if you can get the result, okay? Thank you.